Alright, get excited everyone. We are looking at some cool stuff today. We are checking out the My Alien Dad from Zoomrig. This is a non-licensed third-party company that has made the most amazing adaptation in 1/12 scale of Omniman. I'm going to tell you right now, right off the bat, this is an awesome figure and I am so excited to share it with you. This figure has some cool stuff that comes with it. They've done a great job at getting the proportions down, the articulation, the detail on the suit. There are some drawbacks, of course, with any figure there are, and there's some cons that I want to point out, but we are going to take a look at this figure and get right into it. Now, the box has this very comic booky style look. You can see that they can't do the full-on Omni-Man from Invincible on here, just because it would create definitely a big licensing issue. But as you can see, the box has some very cool comic paneling art, or kind of a more striping on it, and then we also get some information on the back. It has this cool black and red, definitely great. It has the ZR-001. They do have more figures that are coming from this line, but this is a cool figure. It does come with this little accessory pack. The accessory pack is where we are going to make the Omni-Man, and we will take a look at this. But let's jump over to the unboxing and see what comes in this thing. Alright, so we have the figure taken out of the box. I did it off camera so you wouldn't have to see me struggle with this. But overall, this is an amazing looking figure. You got the nice costume right here that you see on the front cover with the mask sculpt, as well as the star emblem right here. Overall, this is really cool. Proportions looks really good. I like the shadowing they did on the white a little bit, if you can see that through camera. I do like how they really did a good job. You can see there's almost a little bit of a offset between the colors between the foot and the leg. That is one downside with this, but overall it looks really good. I mean, you get this nice flexibility, but you can swap these pieces out so you can get the Omni-Man look. I also have a nice fold arm set. These little pieces notch into each other so you can get that nice seamless look. In addition, we do have over here, I believe, 4 sets of swap-out hands, as well as the 2 right here. So you have a total of, I believe, 10 hands that you can use with this character. 5 sets, I guess. Over here, we do have the accessory pack. We get the famous Omni-Man look from Invincible right here. Nice wired cape. The cape quality is a little down. I don't like it, but it looks pretty cool. I mean, it does match well with the suit, and you can get some poses with it, but I don't like the quality. It feels very cheap looking and cheap-like. We get different head sculpts in here. So the first head sculpt we get is the, see that on camera, the Screaming. So if you see the show, you know what scene this is from the first episode. His eyes look a little bit bloodshot from the show, but it looks really cool. Yeah, look at that. They did do a good job of putting some teeth inserts in here, so it doesn't look very flat. So you can definitely get that whole 3-dimensional look. Very well done with the Omni-Man look. It looks awesome. Next, we do get more of a stern looking look with his eyes off to the side. I like that it doesn't have that much of that dead eye stare, which a lot of these small 1/12 scale fixed eye positions do have. Next, we do have a cool, more angry look right here. It's very nice. No swap out on the teeth. I think it's just because it's not very open, but yeah, looks really good. The paint applications look really cool. There is a little bit of like brown, red paint that they did on here, but I really like that. And then we have a kind of a closed eye look. If you have the In-Art Superman, you've probably seen this look too from that. But same paint. The paint quality is really great. Did a really good job on that, and I haven't seen any paint rubbing yet. Get a little neck swap out, as well as you get this little like back head piece that kind of like help kind of cover back that back of the neck a little bit. But there we go. So next, what we're going to do is we're going to get this out of the box, and we are going to move it over into a Omni-Man looking figure, and we'll take a look on the turntable of how that looks. So here he is on my own base. That's the sad thing about this figure. It doesn't come with a base, but look how menacing this thing looks. Now, unlike Justin, I do the fancy poses, and man, look at this thing. I chose to do a very stoic pose right there, just him kind of floating above. Cape wires really nicely. but it looks really cool. The figure does make it really easy to swap out those figures, or the pieces for the accessory pack. The chest emblem is just a 2-peg port that just hops in, easy to pop out. The neck and the head were really easy. Just be careful when you're switching out the head, that you watch where that little ball joint goes, but you can get a lot of good range with this figure. I'll show in a minute all the different poses we can do, but overall this is a really cool figure. But next I kind of want to take a look at how the articulation looks on this thing. So let's take a look. Now in terms of articulation, we get a nice range going looking up. Now it is a separate joint, so you do get a little bit of gappiness when you look up. But you can go all the way up about there, go down like there, so you can get this cool looking down look in a flight pose. A little side to side from the neck. With that nice neck joint at the bottom to make it more mobility, it's really nice for that. For the shoulders, you have this cool ball joint right here. A little bit of shoulder swivel right here. You also get a little bit of bicep swivel. It is a little tight when you do this, but it's cool. For range, you get about there. It's a little about 90, it looks like. Not very far, so just because it gets in the way of the biceps. A little bit of wrist articulation. For chest, you can get all the way down to about there. For back there, unless you like this. They did a cool piece right here to make sure you don't have that gappiness. In the spine, when it goes all the way forward, they also try to keep it clean right there. Man, I'm just loving how the shading on this thing looks. It's just on the suit and everything. They did some extra shading just to make it look more accurate or more clean. For legs, you get about there. Back, about there. Get a full bend in the knee right there. Some ankle swivel right there. And from side to side right there. And some toe articulation. Some cons with this figure is that the shoulder switch out for the folded arms look. You run into issues with this little piece. It tends to like to pop out when you're using it. It's not hard to pop back in. I mean, of course, you have to do this off camera, but you need to be careful when you're switching these out that this can break. Luckily, that's the same joint that's being used on the other regular arm, so if you do happen to break it, you can, of course, put this back in. The other issue I had was with the cape. The cape, it works for what it is, but I feel like it could be better. It does achieve the cool look. The color looks great, but for some reason they put a wire on the bottom that likes to bunch up. It's hard to get to make it look draped. It would be cool if we could have some sort of switch out, like a secondary of these chest pieces that you could do a drape cape, but sadly we don't have that as well. To wrap things all up, don't sit on this figure. This is awesome. It is so fun to mess around with. You can do some crazy awesome poses with it. You can recreate a lot of the scenes from the Invincible. The only things I have to say that are a little bit of a downside is, one, the wrist pegs you need to be a little bit careful with, and you maybe need to heat them up. They did do the liberty of putting the plastic inserts in of the box to make it easier to put on, but you still kind of have to be careful with them. And the wired cape is a little bit finicky. You have to be careful with it. Just not quite careful with it. It just doesn't feel like the best quality. Looks a little wrinkled on the end, but it still works great as a drape cape or as a wired cape. In addition, when you're swapping out to the shoulders, you have to be careful for the folded arm look. Those shoulders have a little bit of range, so you definitely want to be careful not to snap off the ball joint because you only have one. I kind of hoped that they would include more wrist joints and stuff, but they don't, as well as even the base. But overall, this figure has great presence, looks great, and I'm excited to see what Zoomrig is bringing out to us. So I hope that we see My Alien Son soon. I hope that we see Adam Eve. They are doing Ben 10 and Daredevil. I believe Daredevil's next on their list, but this figure is awesome, and I think this thing's sold out right now, but try and find it. It's awesome. I love it, and I hope that if you're a big Invincible fan, I hope you check it out as well. So please like and subscribe to the video, and please comment of what you think of this figure. If you're a big Omniman fan or a big Invincible fan, please let me know, and then I'll try and find more content to share with you, and I hope to see you next time. So thanks. Bye.